The girl next door brought wine and cookies, stole my heart, and I fallen in love with her, then vanished. But when I overheard her secret, I realized she wasn't who I thought. And neither was I. Rather, she came out to be my neighbor. You know how in movies, there's always that one perfect girl next door? The kind who moves in with effortless grace, who smiles at you like she's known you forever, and before you even realize it, you're hooked? Yeah, that happened to me. And now, I wish it hadn't. It started a few weeks ago. My brother and I share a flat in a quiet neighborhood, nothing fancy, but a decent place. One evening, there was a knock at the door. I opened it and there she was. A woman, no, a vision, stood there, holding a plate of chocolate chip cookies in one hand and a bottle of wine in the other. Her eyes sparkled as she smiled and said, "Hi, I'm Evelyn. I just moved in next door." It wasn't just the way she looked, though, trust me, she was stunning. It was the effortless charm, the warmth in her voice, the casual way she introduced herself like we were already old friends. She handed me the cookies, saying they were an apology in advance for the noise from the renovations at her place. Before leaving, she pulled out her phone and said, "Here, let me give you my number, just in case the noise gets too much." I told her not to worry about the noise, that I didn't mind at all. And, God, I meant it. A friendship or something more. Over the next couple of months, I ran into her all the time, walking her 2 dogs, grabbing coffee, waiting for the elevator. Every time, she made me feel like the luckiest idiot alive just by existing near me. We started texting. Constantly. She'd send pictures of her chaotic renovation mess with captions like, "Send help. I'm drowning in drywall dust." I'd reply with stupid jokes. Some nights, she'd come over to escape the hammering and drilling next door. We'd sit on my couch with glasses of wine, talking for hours. She was smart, funny, sharp as hell, the kind of person who made you forget the world existed outside of whatever conversation you were having. I was already falling for her. I just didn't know it yet. The kiss that changed everything. Then, one night, everything shifted. We had her over for dinner, my brother, her, and me. After a few glasses of wine, she and I ended up outside, sitting on the balcony, staring at the city lights. We were both tipsy. Everything felt softer, warmer, closer. There was a silence between us, but it wasn't uncomfortable. It was electric. I turned to look at her. She was already looking at me. And before I could think, before I could talk myself out of it, I kissed her. And she kissed me back. Her lips were soft, hesitant at first, then urgent, as if she had wanted this just as badly as I did. For a few blissful minutes, nothing else existed. Then, suddenly, she pulled away. I should go," she whispered. She hurried to her door, but before stepping inside, she turned and kissed me again. Quick, brief, like an apology. And then she was gone. The goodbye I never saw coming. The next day, she knocked on my door. Her face was different. Guarded. Distant. "We need to talk," she said. I knew that sentence never meant anything good. She stepped inside, hands fidgeting, and finally looked up at me. "There's something I didn't tell you," she said. "Something important." She was sick. Really sick. She didn't go into details, just said she was dealing with something serious. That she wasn't in a place to start something with anyone, especially not someone she cared about. I told her I didn't care. That it didn't change how I felt. But she shook her head. "This isn't fair to you." She suggested we dial things back and just stay friends. "If you want to," she added, like it was my choice. I told her I'd do whatever she needed. That I'd be there for her. That I'd be her friend if that's what she wanted. I lied. Because what I really wanted was her. The secret she never meant to keep. She stopped coming over. We texted less and less. I was losing my mind, torn between wanting to respect her space and wanting to kick down her door and tell her I wasn't going anywhere. And then, one night, everything shattered. I was coming home late. The hallway was dark except for the dim light spilling out from Evelyn's slightly open door. I heard voices inside. One of them was hers. The other was a man's. A voice I didn't recognize. I didn't mean to stop. I didn't mean to listen. But the words froze me where I stood. "She's in the final stages," the man said. I stopped breathing. Evelyn's voice was quiet. "Does she know?" "She doesn't suspect a thing." My pulse thundered in my ears. My skin went cold. Because who the hell were they talking about? The truth was never what I thought. I stood outside her door for what felt like an eternity, trying to make sense of what I'd just heard. Final stages? Does she know? She doesn't suspect a thing. It didn't make sense. Evelyn was sick, right? That's why she pulled away from me. That's why she didn't want me involved. But what if she wasn't the one who was sick?
What if she was talking about me?
My stomach twisted. My mind spun. I tried to think back. Had anything been strange lately? And then I remembered. The doctor's appointment I had last month. The one I brushed off because it was just a checkup. The way Evelyn always seemed to ask questions about my health. Little things, subtle things, things I hadn't even noticed at the time. The way she pulled away after we kissed. Not because she was sick, but because she knew something I didn't. What happens now? I don't know how long I stood there before I finally turned and walked back to my flat. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Confront her? Demand answers? Or pretend I didn't hear anything and start asking questions about myself? All I know is, this whole time I thought Evelyn was pushing me away because of her own pain. But maybe, just maybe, she was pushing me away to protect me from something far, far worse.